Well, that's not right. Well, how come it won't? It won't let me turn it on its side now.
Do you have your thing on? Your flipper on? Go straight up and down again. It's there now?
Hey everybody, we're just having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Just give me a second. Yeah, I don't know why it won't.
Oh.
Damn it. Yeah, I don't know why it won't do it. I gotta hold the damn phone. All right, let's start up. Hey, Wild Bill, Dale, Lance, Christy, David, Jordan. Hello, hello, hello. It's going good, Tom. Thanks for asking, buddy. Yeah, damn near, Lloyd. I can't turn my phone sideways. I don't know why it won't. Rotate device. Crazy. They keep making upgrades that I don't like, and none of them are better, so. Wi-Fi is on. Yep, I did that first thing when I walked in the door. Hey, Brad, how you doing, buddy? No, Bill, I didn't find any moose sheds. I haven't looked yet. Today it was wintertime again. I got up, it was minus 25 this morning. Hey, Robert. Doing good, buddy. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, brother? I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared to push any of these buttons down here. Well, that's just wrong. Oh well, we'll just play with it like this, I guess. I'm gonna have to hold on to the damn thing. I stepped her up, buddy. Back to champagne. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Smash that like button if you get here. Oh, like mother's milk. And all the comments buggered off. They're there again. Hey, Greg. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? Chad. Archer 2. How you doing, brother? You know what? I looked at the forecast for the next week, and there are 4 days that are above zero, but with the wind chill, they'll all be about -5 or 6 anyway. So I'm hoping snow hangs around. The dogs are still in really good shape. Those are 2 beauties I did yesterday. I'm sure thinking about it, Rob. I actually got a couple of days before court there, so I think I'm going to meet Tyson Lloyd there. He's got a whole bunch of furs for me. I'm thinking maybe at the convention or whatever, we'll have a one more contest and a number between 1 and 1,000 or something, and we'll give one of you guys a triple nickel can Coyote. How does that sound? You tell Mrs. Kelly I say hi right back at her, Ronnie. All right, there's the boys from Boxy's live. I was talking to Timberline. There he is. Hey, Timberline. Glad you can make it, buddy. Hi, Whitebone. Whitebone. Yeah, some of these names I feel really bad about even saying anything. You know, Douglas, there's beaver around, but there's just not enough. I don't want to exterminate them because if we get some wet years, I would sure like to get back to water trapping for a while. I'm getting the hang of this beaver trapping thing, this coyote trapping thing, and there's a lot more money in coyote trapping than there is in water trapping, so. You know what? I bet you I can stand this up if I have one more can of beans. And you know what? This is just crazy enough that it might work. I'm going to grab one more canned good thing. I'll be right back. There we go. I don't know how to hold it. Hey, you tell Elijah hi for me too, buddy. I hope you liked the show yesterday. And there's Copy, my brother. How you doing, buddy? Oh, and then they go quickly. Yeah, definitely check each other's channels out. And if you guys got a channel and I'm not aware of it, let me know. There's Boxy. Hey, brother. You're going to have to be off on those squirrels, man. You know, a guy catches 150 dogs and they remember the 10 squirrels. I'm just kidding. It was nice to that you said anything. I'm still adjusting here, trying to get my cans of beans all lined up here. There's Wyatt, my buddy. Hey, Dennis. And there's McLeod. How you doing? Eastern Oregon. Back down into winter today, so I'm thinking that what are we at? 189 right now. We need 11 more dogs. So to hit that 200, and only dogs, because I guess I could go trap a couple beaver, but seems like an awful lot of work punching holes in the ice for, $20 beaver, and like I said, there's just not many of them around. That's a great idea, Wyatt. I think I should hop in my Honda Civic and hit the ice and go catch some supper one day. I know a really good spot where you can just pull pike after pike out of there, but there are walleye there too. I like walleye and perch. Those are my two favorites. And burbot's good, but they're just so hard to skin. Hey, David. EPF, how you doing, buddy? Scab. See, there's another one of those names. I hate calling it, but it's yours. 3 squirrels. I'm going to start hiding my squirrel. I guess I'm not going to catch any more now. All the boxes are pulled, so 61 rams out. That's it. You know where we caught that second dog yesterday? I'm really thinking that we're going to have one in that new set I put there. And I got a feeling Lindsay's is going to hit tomorrow too. I don't know why, but it could happen. I don't mind. Dad used to leave them skin on and scale them, and I used to like them like that, but I don't like the summer pike anymore. They got to be winter pike. Yeah, I'm at Pete's. Yeah, don't be afraid to hit that like button, you guys. I do dig likes, so. Pete's got surgery tomorrow, so he's got something in his hand. He's got to get both his hands operated on, but they're doing them one at a time, which I think is ridiculous. I say do them both at once, and then I could have some fun. I'm not lighting your damn smoke, Pete. That would be funny. Thanks, Mark. I have no problem with you guys watching all my shows, my old ones too. People ask me stuff like, I'm not sure. I think it was Christy. They asked me about mink trapping, and a couple of years ago I had some videos with mink on them. And I'll tell you what, if you're still here, Christy, my favorite mink set in the water is where you find a steep bank and they're running on the bank right at the shoreline, and you cut out about 4 feet of that shoreline. Not make it 5 feet deep or anything, just make it a couple inches deep. Because they'll still run along that steep bank, and you put your leg golds in there anchored to the deep water. You'll catch a poop load of them like that. Because they'll still run that bank, and one will hit a trap, and you'll go to the deep water, and it just keeps hitting all night. That's a good set for mink. And you'll catch muskrat and whatever in there too, right? So, thanks, Wild Bill. I think he's got carpal Scott in both hands or whatever. He's like me. He used to hit people rather than argue. So we grow out of that shit, and then his hands they can fix. Mine are a bloody mess. So, hey, Jay's catfishing. Mr. Dwayne, nice. Oh, you are here, Christy. Good. I'm glad you heard that, because that is a killer mink set. Is if you get a straight up and down bank with a little runway down the shoreline, cut out 4 feet of it, and you can do that. Like cut a section out here and then cut a section out, and because they'll run that bank all night. You see a place with mink tracks in it, take it out. Like keep the water, just over your traps, because you don't have to hide your traps or nothing. Mink aren't really trap shy, so I got my Wi-Fi on. Thank you. First thing I did, I restarted my phone, and no, I got no wolves, Douglas, and turned my Wi-Fi on. Not from lack of trying, but that bush that I was kicked out of, they're hiding out in there. And I mean, when I do see them, they're running. It's not like they can walk anywhere in this country without getting shot at by some, the ranchers or whatever. Right on, Jerry. I hope you're having a blast, buddy. I get to get out to my line again tomorrow on that. Awesome possum. I miss my day every other day out there, so. Well, me too, Douglas. I just really don't see it going in my favor, though. I do have a meeting on the 17th with the counselors of my RM, and they're trying to deem me like an essential service. So letters from all of them, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what to say. You know what, Chad? That's a darn good question. I got 17 of them on a hanger downstairs. I'm probably going to tan a dozen of them, and whatever the cost of tanning them and the fur is and shipping, and because I know for some reason guys all want Weagles, and I know Trapper J and Reaper really like theirs, so got a sneaking suspicion John likes that one that I sent him the size of my finger too. No beavers. Yeah, there's not many here. That first couple years when I lived here, I took 600 in the first 2 years. But they were in every ditch and every push-up, and you could throw a sword in the air and it would land in a beaver. That doesn't sound right. Oh well, you know what I mean. On that happy note, damn beer's got a hole in it. 64 coyote. 64 pound coyote. Yeah, I got a couple of big ones this year too. That one that we got, that dead deer, I said that's a big one. 77.5 inches nose to tail. Now that's a big dog. That's it, eh? 750. I know those black ones go up to 1,500, so. Oh, Jay's Catfish, I didn't see what you said, man. Sorry. What's your biggest issue you've got bit by a coyote? No, I haven't. I'm not about to trust those guys. And my biggest ones were probably around the 60 pounds too, 62 or 3. I caught one really big one December 1st. You probably remember that big brute. Oh, thank you, Tim. He was a monster. He was a big dog. I've got lots of big ones out here, so it's good to get rid of those big ones, especially if you're on a bait pile, because they'll chase all the other ones away, right? So, well, Jake, 64 is big, but the record up here is 77. So we got some big dogs up here, so. Hey, Drew. Thanks for coming out, man. Hey, River Ridge, how you doing? Yeah, I was starting to think that you didn't like me anymore. Can't really like me any less, so. She's a constant battle trying to get myself centered on here. 96 guys in here, right on. I got 3 cans of beans holding my phone up in a time. Hey, David. You're all pulled out for the Euro. My trapping season isn't over until I've had enough, so. Once I start running over bare spots and hitting rocks, then I have enough. Or the dogs, if they go to shit, I'll pull a pin on it too. Yeah, Scott, but I'd be willing to bet you got a couple of bigger ones there too. Like, I mean, dominant ones get huge because they won't let the other ones have the food, right? That's too bad, Herman. We don't have a season on coyotes here. They're trying to push one through, and I don't know why. I guess it would keep the the deer hunters and the duck hunters from shooting at them. I've got a little dish on my skinning table full of pellets and BBs and bullets from flushing dogs and taking pellets out of their hides. And I mean, if they would stop them from shooting them and wrecking my furs like that, they're not helping me or anything. Huh, isn't that something? You know, even if I don't have a trapping license next year, I'm still allowed to trap coyotes, but I can't sell them. So the CO told me though that if I do trap coyotes, if I have a friend that will sell them under his license, that's fine. But I can't use power rounds. It all have to be traps. And God help me if I caught a fox, or you know what I mean. I'm sure the CO wouldn't be climbing up my ass just to make my life miserable if that happened, right? Imagine what happens if I win this case. I might as well just put a sidecar on my sled for him next year. Oh, I saw a northern trap or something. Yeah, I've got several bullet holes. You know, I had two this year during deer hunting season. They were already laying on the ground dead, and deer hunters decided to shoot them. And I can tell they shot them laying down because of the blowback on the bullet and dirt back into the pelt. Why are you shooting a dead coyote? Like, if I catch you doing that, we are dancing, and you are not going to lead. Excuse me. This is like deja vu what Pete and I did last night, except I ended up in the ditch with, hit my head in the, I don't know what I hit, like, something, yeah. Like, thanks, Pete. Yeah, I hit something with my head, and I said, oh, man, that hurts. He goes, well, you're bleeding, man. So whatever, he put me in the ditch, and life was good, and there was much rejoicing in the valley, so. We don't have a bounty either. They tried that bounty. That's the stupidest thing. You have to cut all 4 legs off for bounty. Like, how dumb is that? I guess it's better than, you know, the tail or the head. Because at least if you, with the legs, you cut them off anyway at the end, right? So you can still get the fur money, but, and then a bonus for the, I think it's stupid. You're not getting rid of the coyotes. My damn beer's almost empty. North Carolina. Jason's here. I didn't notice. Dwayne, you caught coy dogs? Yes, I have caught coy dogs. And you know what? The thing about a coy dog is they look like a big coyote with a pushed-in snout like a wolf, but they are not scared. They are not cowering from you. They are attacking you. They are a very mean animal. I've got 3 rams set on the west side of that big bush that faces that bush the wolves are in. And I have actually chased them away from that side of the bush in years gone by. So they're pretty sneaky sets I put in there. So hopefully, I would love to show you guys a wolf. I haven't caught one in a few years, and it's not like they're all over the place out here. It's like Northern Trapper says, if you want to catch wolves, you got to have a lot of wolves. You know what? I'm pretty sure, Jim, that I'm going to take you up on that if I can't trap. I would love to go out to your trap line and maybe learn a few things about trap and link, and maybe I can teach you a little bit about coyotes, because I'm getting the hang of them a bit. You know what? That coy wolf the last one I got, I caught him on Pete's land here, and I sent him in, and they said, oh, we don't take those. We don't want those. I said, well, then send it back. And all of a sudden, they give me $153.74 for it, which I think was a ripoff, but yeah, I'd love that, Jim. I think if I can't trap here, there's Jason. Nice, good job, buddy. Bobcat. I don't think we got bobcats here, and if we do, they're, you know, all the coyotes I knocked out here in the last 18 months. I've taken like 270 dogs out of here. that's got to free up the populations. Like I've seen so many fox tracks. I seen another set of lynx tracks at the link bush, and just knocking their numbers down a bit. It's got to help the other animals because I could just see 15 coyotes chasing one lynx, right? Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. There she is. Sorry, I start yapping and I don't read anything, so. Hi, Ernest. Well, I sure hope you're right, buddy. I do not hold any faith in our legal system. I won't even call it a justice system because there is no justice anymore. Hey, American by birth. Sorry I didn't KOD one of those dogs for the other day. It's kind of funny, I walked up to that second one and his eyes were fixed on me just like sometimes when I hit those dogs with that baseball bat sized limb, their eyes are still on you. It's not like they roll back in their head. And that shit's unnerving because you can't tell if it's dead or not, right? I like to make sure because, people say, oh, it can't be worse than a dog, but well, you know what? Yeah, it can be because of the diseases they carry and whatnot. So I don't want to be bit by one. I almost got bit by that coy wolf a few years back when it lunged at me in the thick shit. And I fell backwards and his head was right between my legs, so he was going after my junk, but the number 3 stuck on a beaver pole, so he missed me by almost a foot, and I'll tell you what, my heart went up to about 8,000 beats a minute. I thought I was going to explode. Not fun. My favorite are when I go there and they are dead. No, we take more than 20,000. Hell, the last sale it had 77,000 in it. Yeah, and then I'm carrying more shit, man. I really think that we should have a concealed carry permit. If I had a 22 handgun strapped here or back here, I got both hands free still, right? What, am I going to walk into a liquor store or a bank and rob it? Come on, like, look at this mug. Ridiculous. Yeah, I heard those Canada Goose coats are going for like $1,600, man. Whatever, they're warm, I guess, so. Every once in a while, you guys, all the comments disappear. Jay said tap the screen. That shit ain't working. That's just my hand. There we go. Yeah, even in northern Saskatchewan, where they're up there with the bears and everything, they're not legally allowed to carry a sidearm like that. Like, a rifle, but not a handgun. Hey, Eric. Thanks for coming out, man. I'll bet. Brad. Nothing's cheap anymore except the prices they give us for our furs, right? Yeah, they used to poison coyotes, but yeah, see, you can't carry a pistol. It's ridiculous. You can be 18 years old and in cop school and no idea about your psychological well-being or anything, and 8 weeks later you're carrying a gun on the street. It's ridiculous. I must miss a lot of comments. I get notice you guys talk to each other on here because I'm just yeah. The most tired skins go to make. What does that mean? Hey, how you doing, Michael? Little brother. Awesome. Having a beer. I'm not sure if you're drinking or not, but I'll have one for you too. I am a nice guy that way. Seems like last night I had one for everybody on here. You guys got to check out each other, like Love of the Land and Tubby Guy Outdoors. He's got a fishing video on right now, and I'm gonna watch it when I'm done the live. So I wish I could watch more of your guys like Tubby Outdoors and Trapper J, but you know what? I'm already at like 12 gigabytes, and we just started this month, so this tonight should be cheaper though, because I did remember to turn Wi-Fi on. Well, that's the fridge. I was wondering what that was behind my head.
Microwave. Oh,
No, there's something blocked behind my head, and I thought, what the hell?
your Honda.
18 pack. Oh, geez. I bought two 24s, and I called Pete and said, is there any beer left for my live? And he said, there's 8. So, yeah, no wonder I hit the ditch. And put a new dent in my head. Oh, well. Yeah, you know, that's the whole thing, Gibbs. And if you do have a sidearm, and they have every right to walk right into your house here anytime they want. So I do have my restricted license, but I will not buy a handgun because you ain't coming in my house. If I don't want you in there, you ain't coming in. Hey, Stalker Steve. Sorry about drunken Dwayne on your show last night. And then I ended up on the panel somehow. That was awesome. Naked from the ankles up. Ah, shit. That was good times, buddy. Sorry if I was pretty mad at the one guy for saying that he doesn't agree with bear hunting and stuff. Like, that's why I come on yapping. Otherwise, I was just there to show you some love with a like, and but then somebody had to wind up the big hairy guy, so that's right, Ambush, and I don't know why I did it either, other than I was there already, so. Michael's still here. Yes, he is. He got to be over 30 dogs now, eh? Oh, thanks, Steve. I was kind of wondering. I was already had a dent in my head at that time, so. They can go in anytime, Don, and they don't have to a warrant or nothing. If you have a restricted weapon, they are allowed to come in anytime and make sure it's stored properly and not laying out in the open, or it's ridiculous. I mean, it's one reason why I didn't bother. That's me straightening my phone again. Yeah, you're doing really good, Michael. You're well over what you wanted, your goal, so. You got a wolf too, I saw. I'm not sure, but I thought you caught some fox. I don't know about trash pan. Oh, okay, Steve. Well, like I said, that was drunk Dwayne. He's only hears every third word. I'm fine. I can't be killed in a car accident, man. I got out and I was laughing when it happened, and blood down my face, and I have no idea, Don. Trudeau. So they re-elected a pedophile and a traitor. Like, I know you are, Steve. I know you're a trapper too. Oh, you got some bobcats too? I didn't even notice that. Glad I could be here. It's awesome seeing you on your own live there, Boxy. Hey, Chips of Steel. Yeah, this is right now. This is my 70th upload of the year, so twice as many as last year. In my first 3 years, I only had 85, so I don't think we'll hit 85 or anything, but you never know. Mother Nature's a freak out here, so yes, definitely grab up Love of the Land. You won't hate it. I actually saved his first video to my profile because he was so nice about me. He made me blush, and you have no idea who you're talking to if you think that. Northern Trapper's on here? I didn't see it. There he is. Hey, brother. Glad you could make it. I got one of your videos to watch after this live, too. Like I said, I just don't have the gigabytes, so... And I have not got in to get a new phone or anything, so... I'm thinking next live we're going to bring the razor and shave this off. It's almost time to go back to work, and it's not going to be so cold that I need it anymore. Oh, it's not streaming now again. There we go. Here's Amanda. Thanks, Amanda. Yes, it definitely baby faced. Beard's got to go. This is 8 months worth. I mean, it goes. I don't have much of a problem growing hair, so. Hey, Mr. Parthene, how you doing, little brother? And I'll grow it again next winter. I tell you, it's sure nice having it, keeping my balaclava from freezing in my face. I can't get over how much it grows, though, and how quick. And so white. I know my rest of my hair has got lots of gray in it, too, but there's still brown in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken. Well, you're here, Josh. That's all that matters, buddy.
Not this much.
Hey, Hutch, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, you guys don't have Northern Trapper or Love of the Land. Pick them up, man. They're well worth watching. And like I said, if I wasn't such an idiot with my gigabytes, I'd be watching all their shows too. Summertime, I don't put videos on, and that's all I do at night is, well, drink beer and watch my other brother's shows. So, hey, Steven. I retire in 3 more years too, so I mean, I think 3. I don't know how long I'm going to go for sure. But I'll probably let it go then too. Well, just take it easy there, Scab. You're not 6 years old anymore. We'll get you guys KODs tomorrow, man. Like I said, it was minus 25 when I got up this morning and just blowing snow. Maybe it snowed 2 inches here, but the way the wind was, it just pushed it all in big piles and in the bush. And
How's Lionel Richie?
hey, Bear Hunter, how you doing, man? Feeling better? Oh, I've been oil field since I went out with my brother when we was 16 and for Braidner and I was 14. So I've been in a long time working. Started with the Boilermakers in 92, so. What, my douche ponytail that keeps it out of my mouth, you mean? Oh, 4 of them. I don't know about that, but I mean, we're going to have probably a couple or, nothing hit in the crown the other day, and that is very strange. We have, I think, 32 rams in just the crown alone, so. That east side, we haven't hit anything over there but squirrels, and I don't understand that, so we might pull right out of there. That new land I got where we picked up that second dog yesterday, there's not a lot of trees there, but so many crossing trails for lynx. Come on, where is it? All right, see you later, TPF. There you are. I keep forgetting what show I put my address on. I think it was the 29th of January, but I'm not sure.
I have it on there already.
Hey, Smiley. Evening. Mech for life. You know what? The president of the Saskatchewan Trappers Association was over, and I told him that I thought they were going to be very high prices, and he said, no, I think they're going to be the same as last year, but Not sure what to say. He's buying coyotes from us too. So, I mean, these guys aren't buying these coyotes for $130, $40 because they think they're going to lose money. I've been doing it a while, so, I mean, they popped up overnight. I heard record prices for Western tails this year, so, and I just happen to have a shitload of them, so. 210 beaver, yeah, but it costs probably $80 to tan a beaver, so you're at a $45 beaver there already. Yes, that was Wrangler. He stopped in one day, did my Canada Goose audit, so deemed me an ethical trapper. So I always try to be like, so Trapper Jay, how you doing, brother? For sure, I'm pretty sure all of you got Trapper Jay. We've been hanging for a couple years already. Good brother. You bet, Team Ambush. You bet. And if you're selling them for 170, they're not planning on losing any money on those, brother. I heard that the pale westerns can go for 260, 280 this winter, so. That's me, Jeff.
What? Yes.
Hi, Mikhail, is that Lundstrom? Mikhail? Oh, the Canada Goose audit, they talked to you about your sets, and I gave them, from my videos, I gave them some of my sets. They want to know how you avoid other species, so I gave them pictures of my jump sticks and actual them caught, and they just ask a lot of questions. It's pretty simple. Well, it all depends, man. I might not be able. Yeah, Wrangler seemed like a good guy. All right, so I might not be allowed to deer hunt next year. I found out if I lose my privileges, I'll be able to fish. That's it. Yeah, I actually signed that. You guys might remember the rendezvous a couple years ago. I signed that and shook Barry, I think it's Barry Abercrombie. Is that right, Northern? Shook his hand on the video. Did I remember to get on the line? You mean Wi-Fi on, Wi-Fi up? Hey, man.
Sorry.
You know I don't. I'd like to get a few of them, but... Perfect. What are we drinking, Chips? You know what? Where I trap it, like Northern Trapper, he's a little farther north than me. Those guys maybe aren't as used to the smell of steel. Down here, they all smell people. Like they're around here. They're not afraid of the smell of steel. Because you go in most of these big bushes, and I think I've showed you guys before. You walk in these bushes, there's old farm equipment. There's old barbed wire fences that are in a state of disrepair, and they smell steel. They're not afraid of it. I'll hide the shiny chain, but I mean, they give a shit about the smell. Honestly, they don't. And as far as my smell, they don't care. They associate my smell with food laying around, right? So, thanks, Michael. That's awesome. I hope I can hit 200 furs this year for you guys. I had a really long talk with my little brother Dean Stonehouse last night. I don't really remember it, but seemed like we had a good long chat, so cheers. Man, I hope not either. You know, I'd even be willing to plead guilty to simple trespass just so I don't lose it. Crown on the rocks. Okay, Michael, stop that. Santa works 1 day a year. I worked 25 last year, so that's why I'm not as happy and jolly as he is. Thanks, Steven. I'm glad you like them, man. I really, when I first started out, all I was just trying to do YouTube and doing videos. I didn't know how to edit or anything, so I just pushed pause on my phone. And if I bumped it, well, that was a 2-part show because I didn't know how to edit them together. So then I got the GoPro and I got the Viva Video app, which they just changed again too, and they charged me to do videos over 5 minutes. And you know my videos all run over 5 minutes. Hey, Dave. You know what? I will. You do it too. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Michael. I don't know why it's so dark, or dark, gray, but I'm gonna grab a beer right behind me here, so. Had to get pizza last night. I told him, you know what, somebody put 18 pack of eggs where my beer goes. All right, Dave, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, chat's disappearing all the time now. Hey, Tim, how you doing, brother? I'm in. Let's have one, chips. Here's one for you. Give you one of mine. Where is the mic or the... I don't know. That's a cigarette, by the way. I don't know where it films out of. There. Not there. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, somebody said something there. I'm gonna get into trapping this year because of you, Trapper J, and Trapping World. I would imagine trapping in New York. Good luck to you, though. Well, that's just disgusting. Can you get me a Coyote K9 so I can put some gold and put on the stand? Well, I know this guy right now, Jace, that's got about 100 dead dogs outside his door that disappeared in the snow again this morning, but they'll be back in a couple of days, I'm sure. Yeah, you know what? No problem getting heads and stuff. I know Pete wanted weasels, so I got him a dozen weasel heads, and there's probably a half a dozen fox heads there for him. Ooh, Marlboros. I had my buddies from the States there, Casey and Big Dan. They brought me a carton of Marlboros last year. 100s, but I should have told them the strongest ones you got, but they were good. I just circumcised about 3/4 of an inch off that filter, and they were decent. Giver, you know what, David? There's no better place to be. I mean, we get out in that bush, and you know what? You don't think about how cold it is, and none of that. So it's not legal, Chips. They will not let us trappers carry a gun. Even when the CO came up to me in the bush, the first thing I said to him was, I have a firearm. And he wanted to know if I had the clip in it, and I said, no, the clip's in my pocket. I said, that gun rides there in that case all winter. I only take it out probably a half a dozen times or whatever a winter, so. Camel Wides. I never tried them, I don't think. Bad Trapper 30. How you doing, brother? Lots of trappers on. Good. A sissy. I tried to dehydrate myself so I don't have to go for sissies like that first one. Remember, I was drinking out of my big keg cup.
Katy Perry. I was Brian. Not Rick Brian. Oh, I said him already. What Rob can say it again. Lionel Richie.
Well, take them out, David. You know what? There's no better place to teach your kids respect and everything than out in the bush.
Hot.
I'm already pretty deep into tomorrow's check. I was thinking of starting on the north end tomorrow and trying to bypass those big culverts because I don't know if you noticed in the video when I showed you behind my sled, those are great big damn rocks that I run over there. So thanks, Fred. Appreciate that.
Something to do? That's something to do.
I had a guy comment on not yesterday's video, but the one before, told me that I should
You know what?
have my hair neatly trimmed and my beard trimmed too, and I'd have more subscribers. I basically told him, you know what, if you're here to look at what I look like instead of what I do, you know, you're in the wrong bloody place. I'm not trying to get my ass on the cover of GQ. I am trapping. And if you like trapping, I hope you like my show. If not, you know, like he tells me, oh, I used to have long hair and beard and it was so itchy, and you know what, try some shampoo and some water and have a shower once in a while. That'll take the itch out of you. You can't say that, Jim. Hi, Brian. How you doing, buddy? You know, the other day, this last video, I was on the shoulder of the highway almost, and I was just tooling out to get out to the crown, and a car pulled up beside me on the highway, and he gave me the old 55, and I hammered her down and left him behind. I had her up to about 70, but when I get up over 60, that tarp on the sled will blow off. But I don't think I want to go much more than faster than that anyway. Get a nice flat spot. I like going like 50 with it. I don't mind that. I've had the Moriers before too. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Josh. I'm not growing it for the way it looks. I grow it because I damn well need it when it's minus 40 out there. Gives you a little bit of an air barrier in between your balaclavas and your face, right? Because I had it before where I didn't have the beard and I went to pull my balaclava off and tore pieces of my face off that it was froze to, and I just, you know what, that just don't make any sense. Hey, Lance, thank you. Talking too much, not smoking. It's awesome. I'm starting to really like these lives. I don't know how you guys feel about them, but yeah, I don't know what he was trying to say, but anyway, I must have embarrassed him or shamed him enough because he pulled his comment right off right away. So, and then there's guys, you got to stop smoking. One guy said, I read your comment to him when he told you that, and I passed coffee out my nose. So, I'll do me, you do you. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. Okay, we're all good on this end. Not going to live forever. I know it. It's the only sure thing is that nobody's getting out of this life alive. So, well, good luck to you, Josh. Thanks, Charles. That's awesome. Nice thing to say. I'm glad that so many people appreciate him. You know, when I first started putting them on, even to get 100 views, I was having a hard time. So, I stopped in and saw Trapper Jay last night for a while. I was on Stalker Steve. I was Timberline North. Ronnie, this beer is beyond tasty. Hair of the dog. Everybody, cheers. Even if you're drinking your Crown. Cheers.
You're pressing my stomach. Yeah.
Hey, Nova Scotia, how you doing? Oh yeah, you're still in the Philippines, aren't you, Lance? Yeah, you've been around a long time too, Archer, and so is Stalker Steve, Todd Jakubowski. Oh man, Danny, I can't remember what his name is on here. Danny Belford, but I think it's Danny Brantford he goes by on here, but. I can't remember if Trapper J was drinking or not last night. He's pretty entertaining when he's drunk, but. You know what? I tried those baits before too, and I just can't see it being good for you putting that oil in your lungs. There it is, Danny Bradford. 555. I was thinking of from now on having my lives at 555, so it's triple nickel time when we start. Oh man, I took 4 DUIs in 2002 and was only found guilty on one of them. They gave me impaired, so I only lost it for a year. But that keeps me, I drink at home. I don't go to the bars. I have not been to the bar here since I lived here, so. Well, that's not true. The bar is also a restaurant here, a family restaurant till 8 or 9 at night. Kids are allowed in there, but I mean, I go in there and I'll have a bite to eat. I had one beer the other day with crispy chicken and wrap and sweet potato fries. I love those damn sweet potato fries. Geez, Saren, I don't know. Looking at the forecast, like I said, it's supposed to be up to 4 degrees on next Friday, but it's still real feel -3, -4. So, I mean, as long as it stays real feel below 0, I should be okay. I'd like to get into my birthday, which is a week from tomorrow, so. Hey, Morris, glad you could make it, man. Staggering distance. Yeah, that's Willie's. Oh, my actual snare, or my tie-down cable, Dean. I thought I already told you all my snare sizes. I run a 564 with a 280 breakaway. That way you get a moose walking through there, that bugger will snap that without even knowing he hit the bloody thing. Oh, I love sweet potato fries, man. I used to cook it when I was with the last mistake there, but they take so long to cook. It's just so much easier to go there and have them make them for me. '20s Fahrenheit, that's nice and cool. I don't know what it is here. I wore a light coat, so I mean to me it's damn near summer. I got a t-shirt on, so I find 332 too damn small for here. I like the 1/16 in my Coyote ones. I use the 47-inch, and I use the 58-inch 564 in my Wolfmasters. My tie-down cables would be all of. Now I got to be 1/8 of an inch anyway, if not more. But I've got swivels on them too, so they're not tangling them up. Yeah, hey Jeff, that sounds awesome. I just love yams, they're awesome. I seem to be saying awesome a lot. I'll try not to say awesome as much. At least I don't say shiznik anymore. You know what? I am a master rigger by trade, and you always go bigger than you need. Always, always. Any lift, if you're lifting something that weighs 1,000 pounds, you're a lot safer using rigging that's good for 10,000 pounds than you are for rigging that goes 500 pounds, right? So always, always go big. I mean, it's not that it's that much harder to hide it, right? Yeah, there's no locks on them at all, Morris. They just, I seen that one the other day. He's caught by the bottom jaw. People wonder, like, someone asked me today about setting one off at the end of it, and I told him my video from, oh, I don't remember what day it was. I think it was January 18th, 2 years ago. I set one off in my basement. You guys might remember that. I dropped that 25-pound weight bar in. Kicked off of Facebook again. What were you telling the bloody truth again, or what? That's funny shit. Facebook can. Wow, I think you guys know what I think of Facebook. I try to keep my mouth in check now because I like putting my videos on there for guys that won't sub to my. I don't know why you won't sub to my channel, but I don't know. Got a lot of the brothers that do. Curtis Moffat's been really. What's the word I'm looking for? Really. He's been very, very good lately. Been really supportive. That's the word I was looking for. Hey, ain't that the truth, man? You want to tell the truth, you might as well tell you the truth right now. If we don't fight for what we have, we are going to lose everything. So, they want your guns? Give them to them one bullet at a time. That's what I say. Well, it just seems you go on Facebook and everything's Trudeau, Trudeau, Trudeau. And like, I'm so sick of that frickin' guy. If he was caught in one of my rams, he would not survive it. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I got 3 buddies out here and they all have backhoes, so. And you've seen the territory. No doubt, stalker. You know what? If you're going to try power rams next year, don't buy the Coyote ones. Buy the Wolf ones. The Wolf Masters. They're a little more expensive, but you're going to really like how you can get your snare a little farther away from your power ram. You know, with the Coyote ones, once you make a 10-inch loop on that 47-inch, you've got, 10 inches. You can't even get it very far away from your ram. But with the Wolf Master, you can have that snare over a foot, 18 inches away from your ram, right? Do yourself a favor and buy the Wolf Masters. I've got 19 Coyote ones and I don't know how many other. I guess I got 42 Wolf Master, but the game warden has 10 of them still. So they sent me more disclosure. It's nice they're sending me disclosure right before court. Why wouldn't they send it all to me right away? But yes, I have taken a whack from a power ram. We talked about this last show. Me and Northern both have. He hit the middle finger. It hit me right here on my thumb. And one of my little brothers, Sheldon Ashford, was with me, and he said, "What was that?" I said, "The power ram I was just adjusting the snare." He said, "It sounds like a baseball bat hit you." And my thumb was clicking and pretty sore for about 3 months. I probably cracked something in there, but you don't go to a doctor for fingers because they can't do bugger all with them anyway, except put a big bloody stint or something on there and splint, and it's like breaking a toe. Get over it, right? I'm anticipating a good day tomorrow. We've got no more skinning and whatever. As long as I'm picking up a couple a day even, I sure would like to have another breakout day though. I don't need 8 or anything, but 5 or 6 wouldn't suck at all. And we're set up for it. I mean, if they just start running. Yeah, no doubt, Stalker Steve. I have that set where I hang them in the tree and it lifts the dog right off the ground. Those are super dangerous because if they go off, yeah, you don't know where it's going to hit you. I set them between my legs with my knees, and I've had them before where I'm trying to put the snare in and they just turn sideways in my knees. But I mean, got a good enough grip on them, they don't really hit you very hard. So I've got several of them that don't have safeties on them now, and those ones are a lot of fun because you got to squeeze them. I hold the top and then fish my snare in and hook it up because there's no safety, so you have to hook it up and ready to fire. Hey Merle, how you doing, buddy? I will show you a peek of the fur room after at the end. It's looking really good in there again. I'm pretty surprised. And plus the coyote stretchers are all full. I don't have any fox on anymore. Yeah, when you get those big pressures on your thumb, you might as well just get a little drill bit and just keep twisting it and turning it and drill your own hole. No, I don't go to a doctor unless it's got to be sewn back on. So, because all they want to do there is give you pills and write prescriptions, and I don't do doctor's pills. So sorry. When I had my hernia done, I told them I don't want any drugs. I woke up in the morning after the surgery that night, and there's a drip in there, and she's going to put a needle in. I said, "What is that?" And she says, "Medicine." I said, "Bullshit, what do you got there?" She wouldn't tell me, so I tore the IV out of my arm and got out of bed and started getting dressed. She went and got the doctor, and he said, "It's morphine to ease the pain." I said, "I don't want any morphine." He goes, "Well, it's going to really hurt." I said, "It does really hurt, but you know what? I'm not going to do something stupid, like forget that it's my stomach just got stapled shut, because it does. The pain in your head makes you think, right?" Hey, thanks, Chad. So I got dressed. He said, "You can't leave." I said, "Actually, you can't keep me here." And I went and got into the avalanche and tore two of the staples out getting into the truck. But I mean, I duct taped it up, and then 4 days later, I was out beaver hunting. So I don't like people that tell you what you can and can't do. It's like the landowners now that I asked to sign my book. A lot of them say, "I don't have to sign that bloody book. I told you can go on my land." Well, the COs want you to, I don't give a shit what they want. It's my land. And you know what? Really, they're right. What right does the CO have to tell landowners that that trappers have to get a book signed by them? I used to be a handshake and that was it. I never had any trouble. 46 years, and this is the only trouble I've ever had. Never had a violation of the Wildlife Act in 46 years, and now they want to throw the book at me. And if you don't find something odd with that, I don't know. Thanks, Chad. I was awesome. I can't have guns. I just can't have a handgun. I can walk in there with, you guys maybe remember when I was in my Argo, I had, thanks, Robert. I had my 32 Winchester with me because there was a lot of berries and I wasn't taking a chance on getting eaten by a bear. Because you don't really have to worry about it in the Argo. As long as you're making noise, they bugger off. But I mean, there's a lot of times I shut off and I'm pretty quiet, and that's where when they attack you is when you surprise them. Like if you make lots of noise in the bush, yeah, you're not gonna have any trouble out there. But there was a lot of raspberries that year, so hey BT, say hi to my girl for me, eh? Still never got a sweater. I think you're just pulling my leg. I gotta stop believing you when you tell me shit like that. Never got the avalanche you were promising to send me either. Hey Tim, talk to you later. Shoot me an email and get me your address again. I'll send you a snare bag. Well, I was lucky. I was on disability, Scott. So I mean, they the doctor even said to me, "When do you want to go back to work?" And I said, "Well, I don't really want to go back until blah blah time." So, and he was more than accommodating. I went back in October. They called me as a foreman in Boundary Dam. So I did say no on the truck, but Hey, Don, ain't that the truth? Wyatt, thank you for stopping in, and I'm going to watch your video when we're done here. I think we're going to try to keep it around 2 hours. Pete's got, like I say, surgery tomorrow, and I don't want to be keeping him up all night because thanks, buddy. I'll save you a seat tomorrow out there, Wyatt. We're going hard tomorrow. I hope it's still cold and snowing. Thank you, Sniper. I'm glad you're enjoying them. What's her name, Morris? Throw her a shout out tomorrow. My snare bags are all 2/4s of Canadian coolers. And if you leave the Canadian box in there, you can put your Coyote ones on one side and your Wolf ones on the other, and a whole bunch of junk in the box in the inside. And I run 2 of them on my sled all the time. And I must have still a dozen of them in the basement. I like to drink beer by the fire, so. What's Pete got going on? He's right now he's just sitting out on the couch watching TV, but he does have surgery tomorrow on his I'm gonna guess, I think his left hand.
Yep.
Left hand, yeah, he says. But he's got to get them both done. You know it, BT. Hey Ray, how you doing? Yeah, Morris, you tell me your daughter's name and I'll throw her a shout out. Kids really dig hearing their name on TNT, so. And it's all about the kids, right? They're the next generation, so. And for such a big, scary guy, you sure are nice to the kids on there, and I really appreciate that, but. I name, all my sites are named Lindsay, Bait Pile, all of them are named after the kids. The Cross, the Bentley and Chase, you know, they're all named after the kids, so. Sawyer's Cross, there's my man Sawyer. Good night, Chad. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hey, Kim Curtis. No, we can make our own, but I just don't have. Can you make your own? Yeah, you can, but I just don't have time for that. I got an acreage and so much to do, and if anything gets done at my house, I'm the guy doing it. JJ, I'll save you one, buddy. Well, bring it along. We'll ride along tomorrow and have one. I'll tell you what, that snow out there, I'm kind of hoping this fluffy stuff evened it out a bit, because it is like concrete out there, just bang all day out there, so. Yeah, that would be a lot of work, 10 bears. Yeah, he's a prime minister, but yeah, he thinks he's the king of Canada. You mean fingers? Is that what you do, Jim? Just make snares and watch my videos. I'm going to find a place for those snares you sent me. You know, I can't legally use them on land, but I could probably put them on a snare pole. I wonder how big the loops go. Would they be big enough for beaver? Haley. Yeah, don't say anything to her, because just let's sit her down and watch the video, and I'll make sure that she knows it's her I'm talking about. 10 years old, and I know your name, so I'll make sure I say Morris's daughter. Haley. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go punch a hole in the ice on those nice days this week, and that's plenty, man. I don't care if I catch them by a front leg or whatever, by the tail, as long as they're held there, right? So, I like using 330s, and I learned in 2014, one of the guys showed me how to use the 330s, so you cut the wood to sit in the bottom of them, and awesome set. I would love to try some, but most of my beaver trapping, it was in the summer and stuff, because they were washing the roads out here, so I'd sit on the edge of a pond with my 264 Winchester and pomp them. But they're only good for bounty. I saved as many in my deep freezes as I could for bait in the winter. But most of them went out to the bush and just take the tail. They were paying $35 a tail, and 600 of them, you can imagine, that's a lot of money. Are you going to the convention, Stephen? Maybe I had better wait till after the convention so you guys recognize me with this. Without the beard, you might not. Because I do look like GQ. Mhm. Thanks, Frank. I'm glad you're watching them. Yeah, I do like it in the bush, man. I'm very at home out there. It's like when people are driving, showing me stuff. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and they're like, "How do you know that? How can you tell?" I see more driving by than most people see when they get out and go look. It's just seen it so many times over the years. Yeah, cat season's over here now, though. Just with the water as low as it's been out here, I don't want to eat any beaver out here. They taste like mud. When I was trapping them in the summer, though, I was processing them. A lot of people wanted to try them and stuff. And from what they said, the beaver liver is some of the best liver they ever had. So, but I would not, you get one dead in a conibear, I would not take those. The only ones I would take was if they were live when I got to them, so that they were butchered within an hour, right? So that's kind of strange. Nobody complains. I get lots of complaints from people. I'm a real bad guy for killing coyotes because they're such fluffy, wonderful little creatures that wouldn't harm anything, right? I like to see them say that when it's got their cat in their lips. I would like to catch a lynx because I do want to try eating lynx. I heard it's one of the best meats in the bush. I don't, that night hunting here, man, I think I'm in enough trouble without. Yes, I'm in Saskatchewan. I'm in a place called Bankend by Foam Lake. You won't find Bankend on a map, but no, I didn't yet, BT. It's still the fluffy snow last night. It's going to be a while. Nobody's complained, though. I talked to him at the RM office. They said, yeah, nobody's complaining about them, so until they do, I don't have to move them, but I want them out of there anyway. They're starting to stretch out for a ways. Man, there's got to be 100 of them laying there, if not more. That little coyote I caught, that single that I caught that I said looked messed up, he had mange. I had to toss him, and then I caught that one that was frozen that day at that deer bait, and I flipped it today, and it just reeked, and it had no hair on its shoulders, so I tossed it too. So that's 8 I've thrown away this year.
Oh!
I'll tell you what, out here, the coyotes will start grabbing that calf before it even hits the ground and trying to drag it away. So, I mean, I'm sure that the numbers that I've taken, like I said, all the, 260, 270 of them in the last 18 months, we used to get them packing up in the wintertime, and they take deer down really easy when there's 12 or 14 of them. I'd sit on my steps in the summer, and you can hear the coyotes. They start yipping, and they come to a frenzy. They get that deer so worked up, he doesn't know where to run. And then all of a sudden, it's dead quiet. They took that deer down. I don't know where my brother Hardcore is. He's probably busy. Good guy, though. I like watching his videos. Ciao for now. There's Hardcore. Hey, brother. Glad you could make it. The pale ones, Steven. The light ones. Yeah, not with raid on it. Well, I thought you might be skinning tonight, Hardcore. Oh, by the way, that check is still in my wallet. It's going on my wall. I know I said I was going to cash it, but I'm not. Just so you know, you won't be getting it back. Yeah, the wolves like to do that. They like to kill and kill and kill, and in the wintertime especially, because they'll drop that and they know where it is, they'll come back if they can't get anything else, right? So a lot of scavengers, those coyotes do not have a problem going on a dead deer that a wolf killed. Timber was on here. I don't know if he is too. You got to be up north on your beaver line now, eh, Hardcore? Okay, Stalker Steve, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I'll tell you what, those coyotes aren't as innocent as people make them out to be. They are, you know, when people say, "Oh, I've got a Doberman or I've got a Rottweiler," well, you know what? You got a pampered pet. These things live wild right from the time they're born. It's survival. And I don't care. Your Rottweiler is no match. You're going up north though, right, Hardcore? Up to your line up north? Cheers. Hardcore Chad says to say hi. He follows you too. You're probably reading that. Well, good luck out there. Be safe, eh? I never saw much out of Merle and Curlybeard this year. They must not have had a great year. I'm having a pretty fair year. There you go, Chad. He said hi back to you. I'm not setting her on fire, but we have had some good days. I talked to Mr. Stonehouse last night. I told him these skunks they're not coming in the deep freeze in the house. There's Merle. Yeah, sorry about that, buddy. What was it? Too much snow or no sign or? Oh, excuse me. Pretty poor year for us. So you just been busy. You haven't had a lot of time on the trap line. Okay, Josh. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, I thought that was a mouse running across the floor. Is that you, Ty? Want to come say hi to everybody? Get your face in there. Say hi. That's Pete's youngest son. He's got an arm like Roger Staubach. Throw a football like... Absolutely, Don. And people think, oh, my Doberman picture. And I've seen the videos where they grab that Doberman and it's just no better than a cat. Dave, I've got, I think, 135 dogs right now. No, that's Pete's boy, Scott. Pete's youngest son. He's got Tylen and Jaden. Jaden's going to be 16 on the 1st of June, so I'll be able to get a ride home when I'm drunk. He had his phone number, but he counseled me because I kept drunk dialing him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Last year, no, so rabbits. You know what? I got so many rabbits out there, man, and you think that's a good thing, but those little buggers will close those snares off without tripping. I only had a few of them trip rams this year, and usually the birds are there first. I got one for dinner the other day. That was awesome, a week or two ago. I actually put a little bit of a video on me cooking it. It was crazy good. The ravens did get there, but they went for the eyeballs first, so. Dropped my cherry. It was a little warm picking that up. Hi, Anna. This is the part where you run away scared, terrified of me. Hey, Roger. Sounds good, Morris. I think it's the 29th of January I put my address and everything on, so it's no secret. Like I told that one guy, my door's not locked. Strap a set of nuts on. You will leave a different person than you showed up if you're looking for trouble, though. Roger, I just don't have any beaver here anymore. The water table's all down, and I'll tell you guys a little secret, though. In the fall, I was with Pete, and we went out to High Dam. It's a dam that's used to be 20 feet from top to bottom, and a slide down the middle of it. And there's a beaver out there that's pushing 100 pounds. And I don't know if you guys remember, I caught that one that was 101.2. I talked to Pete, he owns the land there, and said, I want to leave him alone for a couple or 3 years. I want to try and get the world record beaver, and I'm just going to let him grow. He's a monster. He's already so big, and they just keep getting bigger, and if he doesn't die of old age or something, he could be a world record beaver. So I'm kind of leaving him there for that. You know, I tell you guys, when there's lots of coyotes, they have 2 or 3 pups in the spring, and when there's not a lot of them, they'll have 12 to 15. So they breed to fill their environment. On Guaranteed Fur Day, I caught that one big female. I'm keeping her. She was the 9th out of 10 females in a row. So I caught a lot of females at one point, and there's still all kinds of coyotes out there. Anybody that's knocking the population down doesn't know anything about trapping. So there will be a shitload again next year. And after, what do we got? I've got 36 more dogs thrown away last year than this year already. I mean, I don't want it to drop back down again like it was. Hey, David from Iowa. Thanks for stopping in. I mean, Ohio. It's Iowa. Hope everything's good. I got something dirty on my screen. We don't have water here. I know they got them a little ways around here, but like I said, we just don't have the water. Yeah, I can imagine Sir Bart's will make a mess of them in a hurry. I'll put some of these dogs up against anyone in the world for size. There's some big coyotes. And like I said, I got that one on the board from that deer kill. 77.5 inches nose to tail. I mean, that's a big dog. I do their tails on a muskrat board, and there's got to be on the bottom of my 6-foot board, it's down another 8 or 10 inches. So, I mean, where the muskrat board comes, the tail doesn't come right to the end of the muskrat board, but I mean, big dog. He's probably not going anywhere. He's probably staying on my wall. So I'm gonna start tanning. People want to make stuff and gloves and whatever, and I'm gonna start stockpiling a few coyotes so I have them for them when they want them. And like I said, probably gonna do a draw, and what'll happen is you get one guess a day until somebody hits it right on, because you're not getting it without hitting it right on. And then you can be the proud owner of a TNT coyote. Yeah, we got a couple links here, Merle, but you know what? It's probably just as well to leave them alone and keep hitting the dogs, because I'd imagine those dogs would be awful hard on kittens in the spring. They couldn't even come out of their den without being ripped to pieces, so. Jim sent me a video the other day of a lynx taking down a full-grown deer, and if you've never seen that, wow, I would have never guessed they could take a full-grown whitetail down. All right. Charles, thanks for stopping in, man. Go get something to eat. No, you'll never get rid of all the lights, man. Won't happen. Yeah, I've got a lot of them over the 6 foot mark this year, so I did all right this year as far as. Oh, it was a mule deer. Okay. I mean, if something like that clamped onto me, I'd be landing on top of it with my weight and up against whatever I could, logs, cement, whatever. I'd be sure I beat it up good. There was just no quit in it though, eh? Anybody ever seen that video of the Wolverine taking down a bull elk? That's something to see. Ciao for now, brother. Thanks for coming out. Hey, Eli. Good to see you, brother. I was wondering if you were going to pop in. Never asked you, Archer, too, but how's your season going? I know you're picking up dogs almost every time out, too, so. You know what? I set some pretty big loops, but I mean, I'm not taking a chance on missing a wolf or a cougar if I get one coming through. So I set them up so that the dogs can get their head in there. I want the fox to miss them, so I keep them high enough, but I still got 16 damn fox this year, trying not to catch any. The other day when I was out, you couldn't look anywhere without seeing fox tracks, and that's good. You know what? I got to get a different phone, Steven, to do that because that's got to be done on my GoPro. I was thinking of doing it tonight, and then I just never, or last night when I skinned it, I just never did. 83 pounds, that's a nice big beaver. I've caught several of them over the 90-pound rate, though. When I moved out here, they hadn't had a trapper here in 25 years, and you can imagine what the beaver were like. I never seen so many big beavers as that in my life. Well, maybe an Estevan. I'm just kidding. The home of the ground pounder and big beaver. I'll drink to that. You burn those mangy ones too, Rick? Oh. Gonna need a longer arm to reach those beer pretty soon. Those wolves, you know what? I'd love to start catching them again. I know south, if I can get my south line extended next year down to Pedars, they've got those black wolves down there. They're eating cattle, killing people's dogs. They gutted a whole pen of sheep down there and didn't kill the sheep. They were taking bites of them alive and dragging 17 feet of guts behind them, but that's good, man. I had 3 mangy, 3 shoulder mite, and 2 the raven. The last one I caught on that 8-dog day, though, I put him on a board, and where the ravens were on his side, lines right up down the side of the board. So he's a good looking dog. So like if you weren't a fur grader, you wouldn't notice it, but attacked by something when he was younger and had bare spots on him, and I did not skin him, and I kicked myself in the ass. And Pete too, he said, you know, we should have had that thing mounted even though it was that ugly. Yeah, I'm kicking myself in the ass. So we're going to let this one out here at high dam grow. And when he gets around that 110, 115 pound range, you bet he's getting mounted. I'd imagine somebody would pay big money for that mount. Plus I get my name on the world record, right? Hey, outdoorsman. Thanks for stopping in, man. I just got a feeling tomorrow's going to be a good day because that cold today, I don't think they're going to be sitting still. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be allowed to do any nuisance trapping if I lose. The 19th is the big day, guys, so I'll be in court on. I was going to get you guys all to the courthouse and whatnot and say, give me a break and whatnot. Got 3,000 letters telling them to let me go. I do have some pretty sneaky things that I'm going to try for my defense, and I'm not going to say what they are because I know they're monitoring me and watching what I say, and I'm sure they're on my videos. Actually, the last video you seen at the Sawyer's Cross where all the meat is on the road, well, I ranted for about a minute and a half before that, and Pete told me, yeah, take that off. Do not have that on there, and so I took it off. But I always tell the truth, so they don't like it because it's the truth. We already went through all that. Same with Facebook. You tell the truth, you're the bad guy. And yeah, Wi-Fi has been on as soon as we walked in the door. Sure hope anyway. Wi-Fi is on. Hey, Richard. Thanks for stopping in. 121 likes, right on. 104. 3 of them tomorrow, Michael? I don't think that's outrageous. I think that's probably not a bad guess. I'd like to have 4 or 5, but I mean, I'll take 3. It's been 385 days today since I got skunked last time, and you know what? The last time I got skunked was last year on my daughter's birthday, and she is a real animal, loves animals, and kind of like a birthday present for her. She didn't get one this year because I killed some dogs on her birthday, but yeah, she is not one of those hates me for trapping. She knows that I've done this for a long time, and it's who I am. And she's actually even promoted my site before, so. Well, it's a lot easier watching a video than actually doing your job, right? I was putting a single skidoo track through. No, I'm not going to say. No, I better not. Next beer I will. On that happy note, cheers. Whatever, I'm not out there, Michael, trying to cause shit. I don't lie, I don't steal, I'm not wrecking anything of anybody's. It's just what I do. There's a lot of landowners that I trap for, and they tell me, those minus 40 days or whatever, if you're cold, go to the house. Here's where I hide the key, or my door's not locked. And Pete's the only guy I do that to because he's my little brother and I love the guy, so. And as long as I've known Pete, we have disagreed before, but I don't ever remember being mad at him or thinking he was an asshole, I mean, same thing back at me, I'm sure. Well, he never yelled, no, you're an asshole, so that's cool. He might be sleeping. He's got a big day tomorrow.
I'm still up.
Well, still awake. No, he's a good dude, and he knows that I'm not the kind of guy that walks in his house and snoops through everything. I sit down at the door, and I would do my 2 smokes and warm up, and you know what? We didn't dig the Argo out, but we're gonna. Pete was talking about after his surgery, he'll drive over with the truck and trailer, and I'll load the tracks and the other tires and the extenders for the axles and get her on the trailer. He won't be much help with only one hand, but he doesn't have to do any work. He as long as he's there and whatever. Maybe I can convince him to help me dump that bay trailer too, because I sure don't want all that whatever guts and stuff rotting in my yard. If we can dump that, maybe I can load it full of coyotes too, so I don't have so many maggots in that pit again this year. Honestly, with 44 of them in there last year, I went to work. When I came back, that pit was alive with maggots. You wouldn't, I don't know how to put it. The whole 20-foot length of that pit was completely moving with maggots. The birds loved it, but hey, Lone Ranger, thank you. I want $3,000 Canadian for it, and that's, that's not unreasonable at all. It's got the mud flaps all the way around, so if you do get in the water or mud, it don't poach you. It's got, right now it's got the 6 big tires on it, and I've got 6 smaller tires on the tracks. It has a little trouble with reverse. You gotta listen to reverse. It don't like reverse, but I mean, the thing spins on a dime. You don't really need reverse. Yeah, BT, that's what I threw some pallets of gas in there and burn them up. Hey, Todd Jakubowski, any chance you coming out and doing a guest shot again this year before we're done? Yeah, I'm not out to rip anybody off, man. I'd like to get a side. That way I got the box on the back where I can, haul a bit of bait, and the side-by-side I can actually drive right into the bush and dump it right where I want it. And the truck and trailer is, it's good for hauling weight, but I do too, Richard. Yeah, I burn them right down to nothing. I got so many birds on there, and usually, like, I don't mind the carcasses outside my house in the wintertime, because I'll look out my window and there'll be 30 or 40 magpies on them in any given time. And that's 30 or 40 magpies that aren't out in the bush eating my coyotes, the way I look at it. I should have put them out a little farther out my kitchen window so I could open the kitchen window and shoot some magpies, and then they're not eating anything, but whatever. I let them have they sure make those carcasses a lot lighter when you throw them out there. Thing I don't get is they're supposed to be such smart birds, but I'll throw a fresh kill out there, a skinned coyote that's thawed, and they'll sit there and eat the frozen ones rather than the fresh one. I don't know. Yeah, 8 coyotes that didn't make the boards this year. That's pretty damn good considering I had 44 last year. Yeah, I got a winch on my Argo too, but I do too, but my sleigh is just small, and I got 4 miles, 5 miles before I get to my baits and on the way home from my last bait. So, I mean, I would like to take some tomorrow with me. That's why I was thinking of starting on the north end, and where we caught that first dog I panned around the other day and showed you, right in the center of that big slough bed. I'd like to drop a bait there, and it's right in between all my rams that way. Might not be a bad idea. I got some hunters, they don't use the rib cages and whatnot, and I've got a bunch of those. And naming the magpies, yeah. It's actually not an Argo. It's a Max 4. It's got the motor in the back. The Argos have them in the front, but it's an awesome little unit, man. No trailer with it. I'm keeping the trailer, so, because it's my bait trailer. But yeah, it's all worth all of 3 anyway. But I told Pete that's what I want for it, so whatever he gets for it, he can keep anything above that. And I think he said he was going to ask 37 for it, but if one of you guys calls him and say, no, Dwayne said 3, then I'll just piece him in 10% or something off of what I get. Argo is not that quick. It's, I think, 22 miles an hour top end. But, I mean, I can go right straight across the slough with it, too. Richard, thank you for stopping in, brother. And I appreciate all your comments on my videos. Appreciate all your guys' comments. Absolutely, man. I'm actually, there's a guy out here, he works at the dealership. He's got a Ranger. and it's all prefabbed in, and it's got the heaters, and it's got a lot of miles on it, but he's the kind of guy that likes to drink and drive out in the country, and he just buggers off, and he always does the maintenance. It's like I say, it's got a lot of miles and whatnot on it, but he takes care of it. What year is my Max 4? Hey Dan, how's it going, man? Hey Cam, glad you can make it. Oh, those side-by-sides, that one guy I don't talk to here anymore bought that one, and it'll do 72 to 74 miles an hour. I mean, that's way too fast with that short a wheelbase, but... And he was kind of an idiot, so I didn't like being in it when he was driving like that, because I'm not a big seatbelt fan. I never had one on last night when I cracked into the ditch either, so... But I was drunk, so I was, couldn't hurt me. I have no idea until I get my furs back from the Tyson tanning him. It's been almost a year that he's had them. Like, now he's talking about meeting me at the convention with him, and that's the 13th of this month, 13th or 14th. I think I'd do the Saturday. I'd probably go on the 14th, but yeah, I don't need to go very fast, but I mean, any time I'm in the bush, I'm not driving 50 miles an hour down those cut lines, right? But getting there, I might open her up a little. You got to wear a helmet in there? I guess I wouldn't, because you know what? We already went through that with the CO. He told me I had to wear a helmet, and then he called me back and said, on a Saskatchewan trap line, you do not have to wear a helmet. Which I knew, but I'm not pushing it with these guys. And those helmets, you know, how bad is the car? It's ugly as it ever was. Never took any damage because it hit that deep snow right when you come off the road, and just what happened is my brakes, there's no brakes, so I was using my emergency brake when I went to Fulham Lake to get beer. Coming back out to Pete's, found out one of the, I don't know, 11 or 12 inch lines in the back passenger had a leak in it, so we just crimped it off. Pete wanted a pack of smokes when we were done the night, and I was driving ahead of him, and I went to hit my emergency brake nice and easy. I kept my finger on the button so I could control it, and it just dug in and turned the car straight left at the ditch, and when the front of the car hit, the ass end swung around. When I hit my head here, that was when Pete already had pulled me up. I said, I can't drive through this field with all this snow. He said, just keep in my tire tracks. Well, I went down into this low spot, and that little car's tires are a lot smaller than Pete's trucks. So they dug into something and stopped me dead. My head hit, I think, the visor or the top of the windshield and the inside, and blood trickled down my face. And Pete said, what happened? You okay? And I said, yeah, I'm all right. It just hit me in the head here. He said, what, your steering wheel? I said, man, my steering wheel's down around my stomach in this damn car. I never hit my head on the steering wheel. That would have been an awesome video. I actually took pictures, and I looked at them this morning and went, yeah, I'm erasing that shit. I don't need to be reminded of stupidity. Hopefully I remember not to drive 120 clicks an hour on the back road with no brakes anymore. I thought we were rolling the way we come off that road, but oh well, not my time. $570 will fit in a pickup truck. Huh. That's interesting. They're only 4 feet wide? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sit in there with a guy my size because we'd never be able to fit. Yeah, definitely, Jim, if they do pull my papers here, man, I will definitely be coming out to visit you. Do you have a cabin out there, like a cabin where I can stay and skin, and because I don't like being in town and stuff in the winter when I'm trapping. It's all trapping. Although I did dig going to Foam Lake there and having that bite to eat the other day. That was pretty nice. They actually, that Willie's are good food too. They don't, it's not, nothing's greasy or. Todd Jakubowski never answered my question. I'm not answering yours. Answer my question, I'll answer yours. In case you missed my question, it's, are you going to have time to come and do a guest spot out here? We only have a week left. It sure would be nice to have you out here, because then I can film you making up the sets, because it was a hell of a ride, man. Yeah, you know what? Tyler he treats everybody like they're celebrities there. So, I mean, that's nice. That's how it should be, right? Hey, BCP, how you doing, man? Oh, I missed Jim's comment. But it got a good stove in it. Wall tent. No, I'd need something a little better than that. Don't need much for a cabin, and I got no problem sleeping right beside where I'm skinning, so. But I gotta be able to cook, and you know. You ain't coming out, buddy. Okay, I got 111 on the boards and 8 bad ones, so 119 and 16 foxes brings it to 135 for dogs. Right? Well, I guess you did. I'm a hell of a good time, man. We never even had beer. That's the funny part. You come out, we were late because your belt on your truck, so I got to go to work in April, Jim, but anytime after that, man, like I say, with 2 of us, it ain't gonna take long to build a cabin. Even if we make an A-frame or stand a log up like Andrew Stanley did, or anything in it, so. But yeah, I gotta have a place to live, man. I can't live in a tent. In case the guy gets sick, you want to crank that wood stove up. I got a couple of good wood stoves too, so. Hey, Josh, welcome back. I hope so. That'd be awesome, Jim. I'd like to come out and whatever. It'd be nice having some help skinning coyotes. I'd put a lot more effort into catching them if I knew somebody was helping with the skinning. Then we wouldn't be throwing any carcasses away. They'd all be going in bait piles. I'm going to build a little better sled to this winter, something that I can put a load on the bloody thing, so no doubt about it, Chips. I do have a couple of really good wood burners though, so I got the one with the 2 lifters in the front door. Now that thing, if you got it 5 feet from the wall of your shop, it'll light that wall on fire. It throws that much heat, so you run your stovepipe the length of your cabin at an angle, and that stovepipe will help heat the cabin too. I mean, you don't need it burning like the fires of hell or anything, and it's warm. It's a very warm stove. When you can damper it off so it doesn't burn all. Yeah, so am I, Jim. So am I. I'll be their worst nightmare, and I think you know that. Well, not only that, Chips, if you're out there and you got a little bit of a sniffle or a cold, there's nothing quite like kicking the heat on to get rid of it, right? Yeah, I don't know anybody that can really keep up with me on a day-to-day basis like I go out there, Scab. I know I'm an old guy and everything, but I'm pretty damn good shape for an old guy. I'm an old guy tough too. Cheers to all of my brothers of the trap.
Okay, here. No, no, wait on. Is it better?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start grabbing a couple at a time. They're starting to really taste good again. Oh, I saw foothold guy. That's all I saw. I'm a foothold guy, but gonna be running snares a lot more. You know what? I like the power rounds. I can put 6 in one hand and all my chains and everything else in the other hand, and put my snares around my neck. And these are actually the beer that I bought last night. I don't know. Pete's probably got some Bud Light left, but as long as there's a Canadian there, you know I'm not touching a Bud Light. I'm not really crazy about the rice beer, and that's what Bud Light is rice. So I've been drinking Canadian since I was, I think, 7, so I'm just kidding. I was 8.
Toothpaste is cheaper than the dentist bill.
It's almost time for me to go have a sissy too, like Wyatt, but I know once you take that first one, the other ones all come right after them, so. Absolutely. Do not bother with the Coyote ones. I'm going to keep my Coyote ones, but I love my Wolf Masters. I'm not allowed to use the free hangers here. Thank you, John. I didn't know you were here, buddy. Well, how long you been here? 120. Huh? Yeah, we don't have all those rules. You know, I used to set 330s. I'd dig a little hole in the snow and then line it with straw. And if you got chicken poop straw, that's good stuff. Then you put your 330 in with a baited trigger, whatever, big piece of liver, or a big piece of meat, something that they really want to grab. And then another layer of straw, and then I put a drag on it and dig it out the front like a pathway to it. And you know, you'd catch coyotes and stick their head in there. And spider, what the hell? Spider what? Were you working tonight, John? Yeah, I hear you, Steven. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that you guys are getting something out of my videos. Maybe I should show you more how I set them up and stuff, but I got to start packing the GoPro with the tripod, and it's just that I don't like my videos running over 20 minutes, but like Pete said too, you know, he never watched my videos before, and he said, I just don't have time to waste 20 minutes like that. And he said, one day I sat down, he said, they're over almost before you even notice they start, so. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Big Bad John. Jet Boy, how's it going? Oops, not scrolling again? No, it's not scrolling again. 5 a.m., oh my God. Thanks, Big Bad John. It's coming off pretty quick, so. Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, you know what? People don't realize that. You know, like that day I catch 8 coyotes, got 4 that had to be skinned that night. I had to run out to Pete's to go through 45 minutes of video to put an 18-minute show on. Then you got to export. Then you got to download. Then, you know, it burns up extra time. I wish I had somebody that would do it for me. I had a Boilermaker that said he would produce my videos, but Noel never did come through for me. So that fruity music shit on my videos. Like, I mean, you guys aren't tuning in to watch shit I caught a year ago, like, and the music and whatnot. I want real videos. You know damn well when I start that video, that's the beginning of my day, and everything is in order. I know that the last video I had all the boxes picked up on that last coyote. Well, I forgot about the culverts there with the other boxes that I picked them up after. So tomorrow I'm going to have to pull it down to the shop and unload it. Thanks, brother. I don't plan on changing it. I just want you guys to know that I'm not saving it from other days. And in fact, as soon as my video goes on YouTube, I cancel everything I filmed that day. So I just want you guys to know. And if I get skunked, you're going to see that video too, because it does happen. Not very often for me, but it will happen. And I don't consider catching a rabbit or a squirrel as not skunked. It's a fur. I got to have a fur. JJ, it was awesome that you could stop in, buddy. Thank you. I'll save you a seat tomorrow on our ride. We're going to catch some dogs. I know we are. This cold weather, we're catching some dogs. Cheers again. Damn beer has a hole in it. Thanks, Jonathan. Indiana, another Hoosier. I got friends that come up duck hunting. They're Hoosiers. Great guys, great guys. I don't know why they don't tune into my live, but you know what, Josh, the other day we went out there, we had one in the first one, and then we checked 70-some traps and never caught another bloody thing. I'm not sure. We might have caught a squirrel or two, but I don't count that shit. Andrew, hey, I didn't even know you were here, buddy. You have a great night too, my friend. Time for a 60. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab another beer while I'm there too. Pre-op for what, buddy? Oh, excuse me. Pete has girls, I believe, from his wife previous. They're actually not his, but you know what? They love him like a father, and they still. Brittany comes out all the time. Good kids. They're older than his boys, but good-looking girls. Good night, Morris. I will make sure I throw that shout out to Haley tomorrow. I will not forget. And unexpected would have to be that 101-pound beaver. I didn't know what it was when I first walked up to it. It was I mean, you guys have probably seen Big Beaver, but you have no idea what that thing was like. Okay, John, have a good night, buddy. Knee surgery Thursday. All my friends are getting operated on. Yeah, that's the first thing I did. I felt like a bucket of shit without the bucket this morning. Whew. A little bit of a headache. It's so tough to take a Honda in the forehead. Have fun packing that 47 pounds. Oh, man. And you know what? The trees there, Josh, there's deadfalls every 3 steps. So I'd pick it up, throw it over them, climb over this deadfall that's up to my waist, pick them up and do it again. 400 yards out of the bush. I wasn't going to, and then I thought, people won't believe me if I don't show them the bloody thing. And Pete came over when I told him and picked this thing up, and he had its front legs over his head, and the head on the beaver plopped backwards, of course, so you could see Pete's face. But the tail was still below his feet through the pallet that he was standing on. We weighed it on a digital scale, bathroom scale, with a good base under it, and then I put one of my 220 pails on it and a light piece of plywood, then zeroed the scale and put the beaver on. He was not even a little wet. He was completely... Yep. I haven't really done a rant this year, have I? I'm probably due. Yeah, you know what? I did have a rant about the guys shooting coyotes or bucks and not knowing what they're even shooting at, just shooting for the sake of shooting. I got no use for guys like that. Menisculus. I don't know what the menisculus is. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I am not a doctor. Yeah, Josh, I'll tell you that one I carried, when Pete got her, he said, pick him up, I want a picture. I said, you pick him up. I fucking picked him up long enough, man. And of course, he was missing toes and he was missing pieces of his tail, and they like to bite the shit out of each other when they're breeding, so. Sure, a lot of familiar names on here, you guys. It's awesome that you come on here. I can talk to you without having to type, because I hate typing. You got a set of hands like this on you, man. I mean, I'm hitting 3 keys at a time, you know what I mean? And it just pisses me off when I finally get it right, and then...
Put that on there.
I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but... I don't see it because of all the comments, but there's that beaver. He's freaking huge, trust me. Can you guys see that behind the comments? Or there you go, comments disappear. But I've had people say it's fake and everything. I'll tell you what, that beaver was definitely not fake. And in a couple of years, Peter and I are going to go get that big one out of High Dam. Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
You are the second greatest, you know that, right? No, my kids are first. You can be second, you can't be first. I do not have a PhD in anything but boilermaking. I am the daughter of KOD, though, you are right. That beaver weighed 101.2 pounds. He was a monster. I'm telling you, you know what? I've had people say, oh, I remember when I used to catch him that big, and you know what? Bullshit. I actually have dropped off of trapping sites because people are so full of shit on there, and I cannot take that. Like, I don't lie. I don't feel any need to lie. People lie and embellish shit like that. I don't want any part of that shit. I've got a picture of that one, Jason. He's laying, there's a pile of about 20 or 30 behind him, and there's at least 4 or 5 on there that are over 90 pounds with him. So, yeah, eh? You know, John, yeah, I really feel shitty about it. You know what? I cut his tail off and laid him in the middle of my yard, and the coyotes dragged him around for a couple days in my yard. Well, I had one guy on one of the sites telling me, yeah, that's a nice little beaver. I was catching 112 and 115 pounders. Well, you know what? The world record's 110, so shut the fuck up. Like, I should have, you know what? I would have needed 2 pieces of plywood to get him on there because he was 66 inches from nose to tail. So, hey, Steven, ain't that the truth? You know what? Guys all seem to, I got guys that want to comment on my, and I appreciate the comments, but I got guys that, I catch 8 coyotes and they got to one up me, you know what I mean? And like 8's my best day. Like, I don't know what the point in that is, or they come on just to tell me that they did more or they got better. And you know what? Save that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. If you're so freaking good, start your own videos. Like, I do appreciate the comments. Most guys are so good. Like I said many times, I've got the best subscribers that I could ever want. So, hey, Brian, glad you could make it in, man. Caught, I missed that. Caught 8.5. Yeah, hey, isn't it ridiculous? Like, I was watching Trappers, Tales, and Trails, and he had 19 otter, and he was trying for his 20th one, which is a phenomenal year for otters, in my opinion. And there's one guy on there, all he wanted to do was talk about the one otter he caught was getting canned, and he didn't even get Kirk's name right. Like, I mean, if you want to brag, you know what? I don't know what to even say. You guys know what I'm saying, though. Hey, John. I missed that, Jim. What'd you say? Exactly. Exactly. You know what, Don? I never had any black ones here, but I have seen them before. I knew you would, Josh. I knew you would. I am alone a lot, and it's by choice because most people are so frustrating. Let's say frustrating. You know what I really mean, fucking assholes, but I mean, let's say frustrated. Actually know what I'm talking about instead of just pretending they do. It's like all this dog leather now coming out of China. Well, guess who's the big push against that? PETA. And I would not put money past PETA organizing all this shit because PETA is one of the most criminal organizations you'll ever find. And as far as skinning dogs alive, that is right up PETA's alley, trying to make it unbelievable. I think PETA should be outlawed. In fact, if any PETA guys want to come to my trap line, I will give you a dirty beating you will never forget. Guaranteed. And my door's not locked. Come on in, but be prepared to drag your ass back to your car. if my door ever is locked, it's for your protection, not mine. Yeah. You know what, Eli? I agree 100%. They are one of the most phony organizations ever. I'm not sure what you meant, Don. To what? Eli's my brother from out east, man. He's got that new baby out there, but he never sends me a picture. And that new baby's going to be probably driving before he sends me a picture. Nice job, Lonnie. Right on, buddy. You're in Manitoba, if I remember around Brandon, right? It's really hard to keep track of everybody. I've got, good for you, man. 24 is a very respectable year. Like I said, I just started trapping coyotes and stuff with round. I was a water trapper. I'll do better next year, but I mean, I'm doing better every year, right? So I'm going to expand, if I'm allowed to. I mean, I'm going to expand, so, and anybody. Nobody's important enough that you have to lie to them. And then you don't have to remember stupid shit that you lied about. Just tell the truth, man. Gotta love Hillary. You know what? The Newfoundlanders killed and ate a prime minister there. Should hit Newfoundland one day here. I'm actually surprised. I haven't been kicked off of Facebook for a while. I did 2 30-day stints in like 70 days there, and you guys probably remember in the early summer. And man, some of the shit I've said, I can't believe they haven't kicked me off. I'm famous for my pedophile traitor Trudeau comment, but hey, Jeff. Hey, Chris. What the hell? Dwayne Beek's daughter, Brandy, says hello. Well, hi, Brandy. That's awesome. I miss Beek. He's supposed to come out and visit me, him and Trevor, but you know what? They get drunk and they forget how to drive a car or something. Oh, awesome, buddy. I'd appreciate that. You've got my email or my messenger, whatever. Love to see your little baby. She's old enough, I'll throw her a shout out. That's ridiculous. You know what? These guys, they have no idea. See, I had my first ex there, the first big mistake. She come on my video one day, yap about wolves, and do you have a rodent problem now? And I said, well, I do now that you're here. And she said, you're killing all these coyotes and wolves, and all you're going to do is all they do is eat rodents. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not ground zero. I know what the fuck coyotes and wolves are capable of. You are in the city and you have no idea. So I unfriended her. You know what? I worked hard for my site and I got a great bunch of guys here. I'm not letting some stupid redhead fuck that up for me. Pedo Trudeau, no shit. Well, you know what? American by birth. The difference here is that if I hit the ditch, if I don't hit a snowbank, the car just keeps rolling until I run out of gas and wake up in the morning and don't know where I am. Pretty bald ass and flat out here. I'm really looking forward to, if I lose in my privileges next year, to going out with Jim, because man, it's just solid bush there. And if I got solid bush, man, I can set a trap wherever I want. And, it's just awesome. Hey, Jace. Hey, Jeff. I missed that. Sarah says, don't blame everything on the redhead. It's the blondes. Well, I'll tell you what. I had 2 redheads with my children, and I'm just so happy that all my children are not redheads. So obviously I was the dominant gene there. Thank Christ, because they're all smart too. They're not like the redheads. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Eli, your wife's redhead, isn't she? I'll take that back right now. Hey, Auckland. Awesome that you can stop in, man. Everything outdoors, that's usually why I gotta shave, is those stupid mass fit tests. Actually, trapping school, Ryan Demchinsky asked me if he needed an extra guy, if I could help him out. I said, of course I would help you out, but I'm not certified or anything to trap, but I wouldn't have to be. I know it's Beak's birthday tomorrow, Chris. I've known Beak a long time. Let me just think for a second, how long would it be? 38 years. Been my brother a long time. Well, it's not like I'd have to stop trapping, but I couldn't trap any animals that had a season. And, oh, that's awesome, Eli. I still love her too. In a platonic kind of way. I don't want to start any shit between you guys. I might chat won't stay on. I don't know why. Yeah, you know what, guys? In next Monday, I'll be 59 years old. And once this comes off, you won't believe that I'm 59. I'm pretty sure of that. Some of you guys might remember my video a couple years ago when I shaved it off. Good times. All shits and giggles, right? I think these last couple have had less in them than the first ones. 1 year suspension. So if I get suspended in March, I got to miss all of next year. Thanks, Eli. I missed that one. Something about something. Shave it off next live. You know what? I'm good, buddy. Just for you guys, you deserve to see that shit. I'm not going to use the my Gillette 5-blade razor, because last time I did that, my face leaked for about 3 days, and it was painful as hell. So I'll just use the clippers the first time. We'll take it all off. Mustache, everything. What are you drinking, Jordan? I don't know how many are left in the fridge, but you know there'll be 0 when I go. I don't want to have to resort to Bud Light or anything, so good boy. I used to drink whiskey all the time in the wintertime and beer in the summer, but people pretty much beg me to quit drinking whiskey because, yeah, my reaction time is just stroke you. Yeah, I'm not a cool guy on whiskey. Twisted tea. Nice, Auckland. Shit, why are these not staying on longer than that? 21 thinking you might be in the area, large diversity of fur, woven. Yeah, I would love to be out there where there's... Summer is hot. Hot. Beer blots me up. You're not doing it right. I'm pretty sure you guys drinking whiskey know what I'm talking about reaching out and touching someone when you get drunk, though. I didn't get this pretty ass face by being the guy standing back taking shit. I did not get my mink, Lonnie. I pulled my shit yesterday. I know I could have left it out for today, but the amount of effort I put into mink, you know what? And there's no water. It's to be expected. I didn't really expect to catch one, so I don't think you guys, it's any secret to any of you guys that I was all dog this year, right? Papa Rome's, how you doing, brother? If you guys don't got Papa Rome's, you pick him up right now. He's well worth watching. Not a big secret that I was a dog hunter this year. I was, guys are telling me, squirrel hunter and weasel. You know what? I caught 3 times as many dogs as I caught weasel, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just something and something. I don't know what I'm saying. Actually, yeah, 3 times as many dogs exactly as weasels. So, you know what, Chips of Steel, I have never really been good at summertime shows, but I am definitely going to take you guys around whenever I get a chance. If you don't mind coming along, I'll show you what's going on. Even my garden, people said my garden. Rich Wicklund told me, you know what, I love watching your show so much, I'd even watch you read children's stories, which I found to be just such an ego boost. Like, that is such a compliment. So I think for Rich Wicklund, I'm going to read a children's book one day. Not shitty, I'm not reading a children's book. Absolutely, iron workers. Iron workers. Yeah, I've never hit one of those before. Chef, you know what? I'm not trying to bullshit anybody. If we go out there and we catch 15 dogs, we catch 15 dogs. If we catch 2 weasel, well, that's what we catch. I mean, I'm not going to start holding shit over and showing you stuff that didn't really happen. I want my show to be real. Damn it, I forgot that American by birth. Oh well, love you, man. Can honestly say I've never hit you before. Green eggs and ham, yeah. I'm not, you know what? I don't know what they use weasel for, but I think you have to get pretty damn bored sewing those little bastards together for a coat. I like catch and make, man. I've had years where I put up 80 of them in a year and stuff, and I like them because the coyotes are so freaking big and heavy. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but I carry everything downstairs, and then I carry the carcasses back up the stairs. And I mean, it's with mink, it's easy, right? But they're just not worth anything with the ranch mink now. And Peter want to do something to help the trappers out. They can go start burning these fur farms down, but that ain't gonna happen because there's no money in it for them. NAPA was one of the biggest supporters of the fur farms, and they're gone now. So, thanks, American by birth. You're mine too. No, I'm just being lazy. Why? What do they do? I missed something there. They're there. You know what? They're curious, and they're not trap shy or anything. But if they're not there, you're not going to catch them. And this winter, with all the snow we had in the middle of it, they're not coming out. They're staying under the snow and feeding on mice. And you guys seen my boxes had lots of mice in them. So, I mean, there was a ton of mice this year. And just in case my ex is watching, no, it's not because of all the coyotes I killed. Really, it's not. Dude, have you seen some of the coyotes I've had? Like, I mean, you carry those buggers, even without their fur and fat on them, they're still heavier than most guys' coyotes. I caught some big dogs this year. I'm not trying to brag because that's not what I'm about, but I'm telling you, there's some big dogs this year. I don't make a big deal about it when I'm on the trap line, but I'll say that's a big dog. Like that 8-day, that second one, that was a big bloody dog. Like people were saying they thought it was a wolf. He was a big dog. I kicked him in the ass and his tail started waving at me. You might remember him. Well, I'm sure glad I got no skinning to do tonight because I am not in the mood. Can you dig it? Not in the mood. Wish Reaper would have showed up. I don't know where the hell he is, my little brother. He had a tough winter this year. He had all his shit was falling apart. Yeah, weasels are brown in the summer. Still got the little black on their tail, but you know what? I've caught last year. I caught that one big dog. I laid him out at the shop, and that was a 65-pound dog. He was huge. I do not remember. I think the video was called "Dogs and Trolls," because I was having trolls were pestering the shit out of me like a fucking mosquito buzzing around. So I just dedicated everything I caught that day to dogs and trolls, and I think I caught a weasel, a mink, and two coyotes. And one coyote was a brute. I actually had one last year when I was walking up to him. I think it was last year, and I said, "Oh shit, I got a deer," and it wasn't a deer; it was a big coyote. 40 pounds is a good sized dog, but you know what? I catch them so much bigger than that. I'm sorry, dude. Guys, I'm just missing some of these comments, and I'm not trying to dick. I just. Really? Huh. I guess because there's no snow in PA or Pennsylvania, I'm taking it, right? I don't know. We got different kinds of weasel up here, too. We got the least weasel, and you've seen those. I gave John Howell one. And it was this big, like the size of my bloody finger. And we've got the prairie weasels, which they can get like 28 inches long. They're huge. Ooh. I better get about another 100 and some on top of that average. Yeah, you know what, Papa Rome, I'm gonna leave that to you. I like bacon. You like bacon? I like bacon. That's how you know I'm not a terrorist. Papa Rome, you weren't here before when I was saying to the guys that I'm not watching a lot of videos because every other day putting a video on, you know I'm running and my gig's high. I want to go unlimited next phone I get, but until the summertime when I'm not putting videos on, that's when I watch their videos. So you're going to get a lot of comments from me that are late, put it that way. But the more videos I watch now, I run the risk of running my gigs out, and I really don't want to do that. So cheers to all my brothers of the trap. Okay, sissy and a beer. I'm going to grab two at a time now. They're just not lasting. Just a minute. Okay, Pete, you can't count. There's way more than 8 beer in there.
Yeah.
Think Okay, well, do you want me to tuck you in or what?
No, but the noise is gonna keep quiet.
But what?
You're noisy.
Pete says I'm noisy. Well, you guys were chatting it up when I was gone. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Eli. Yes, Alan O'Connell. How are you, brother? Wow, I haven't talked to you forever, my man. How are you doing? I'm on the big screen. Well, that's got to be the scariest movie you've ever had on there. Just between you and me, I don't give a shit about the Muslim religion. You know it, Steven. Every one of them's got a hole in it. Like, where did Alan go? Like, my favorite thing that I ever heard about my buddy BT Warner was on here earlier. He was a soldier in Afghanistan, and he told me what a double tap was, a real double tap. He said when you run into a Haji, first one in the nuts, second one in the head. That's a double tap. And I'm pretty sure he's... Hey, Alan. Awesome, bud. Yeah, we got to get together and, I don't know, maybe I'll hit you with my car like that guy did at the Boundary that one day. Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, there you go. That guy's not a traitor at all either. Pete's telling me I got to cut it short here pretty quick, so we only got like another hour or so. I'm just kidding. No, he wants, kids got to go to bed. Is there school tomorrow, Pete?
Yep.
I guess Monday's school day. You know, I come in the middle of the week and the kids aren't in school because they got a week off, man. I told them, you kids are so lucky. When I went to school, we even went on Sundays for crying out loud. Yeah, good for him, American by birth. That's the best thing that could happen. But they got a cure for it. You know that's all fabricated shit to steal more money. Orientation, where are you, Alan? Hey, Tim, you bet I am. Chips, always a pleasure, man. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll throw a KOD out for you. I'm pretty sure we're going to be picking up some dogs tomorrow. That's all we got left is dogs, so. Hopefully we don't make any accidental catches. I think off season's over too, but it can happen, right? I got 16 of them trying not to catch any of them this year, so it can happen. Everest, you're out at IPSCO? Huh. Papa Rome, thanks for stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. And you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing awesome, so. Jeff, you too, buddy. Kick it, KOD tomorrow. Kick a Dwayne. Kick a death, whatever you want to call it. Maybe we should do that. Have you guys all tell me what KOD means to you. I do have cold Molson's left, but Pete's kicking me out. I don't understand why they just can't go to bed and let me let myself out, eh? Does Pete ever run out of patience? Did you hear that, Pete?
I did.
That's funny. No, he never does. He loves me like long time. No, you know what? Like I said, Pete and I respect each other, and he knows damn well that if he ever needs me to help him bury a body or whatever the fuck, I'm his man. I love the guy. He's a great guy. went out of his way to help me out, and then I would do the same for him in a heartbeat, and I think he knows it. And if he doesn't, well, then he's gonna lay off the frickin' Bud Light and start drinking beer. That mark on my forehead, that was Pete giving me a dummy up last night, I think. I never seen him coming, but great response. Yeah, I agree. Oh, he'll be all right though. He's a tough guy. He's not gonna. You know what? He had his hands are so screwed for the last how many years, and he never let it bring him down. He always did his shit. He's always worked hard, and I hope everything works out for him too. You know, if it doesn't, it ain't gonna bring Pete down. He's just made it too much harder stuff than that, man.
I'm not tired.
What do you mean? Fuck me. That's not what he said.
Yeah.
He loves me, but you know what? I can see where these lives are. We're gonna have to start doing them earlier. 555 triple nickel time. It tried to, Jesse. It tried to, but it didn't know who it was KOD in. Yeah, they got school tomorrow, Chuck. So. Pete is a great guy. You got that right. He is an awesome guy. I don't know too many people or anybody better than Pete. Hi, trapping with Jinx. Next video though, we'll do the shave. We'll take this right off. Mustache, everything. I don't want that mustache. You know what? It's getting gray too. Last year, do you remember it was all dark? Now my mustache is getting gray too. Oh well. What do you do? It's not like I can control the shit. I won't freeze it. It's gonna be nice out here now. It's nice having it in the wintertime though, when it's minus 40 and everything. I gotta keep remembering to turn around and hit that switch on that wall. I've been doing pretty good so far, though. Ooh. Jim, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking of a maniac kind of beard, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Keep the lamb chops or something. Down to about here on each side. I'm pretty sure when we pull the razor out though, next video. Well, not next video, next live. Lonnie, you have a good night, buddy. Next live, we'll shave it off. You have a good day tomorrow too, buddy. I hope everything goes well for you. Take care of that knee. Hey, Carls. Well, I'll save you your seat there, Lonnie. You come out and check it out yourself. Shouldn't be too cold out tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be like 1 or something, but with the wind chill, it'll be minus 6 or 7. So hopefully we're not going to lose a lot of snow because, you know, that's how I get around now. Hey, Don. Thanks for coming out, man. Always a pleasure. We will. We'll POD them. You know what, HLT, I haven't even been looking for them, but I think what I'm going to do is wait till it gets warm out and drive out there and actually walk those bushes, because you see the trails I'm on. They are deer trails. They are pounded, and there will be antlers out there. I'm not much of a shed hunter, but there's a few guys that wanted moose ones, and I'll get them for you. I had one guy call me today and ask me about how much I wanted for the tails and squirrel tails, fox tails, coyote tails that I kept. I told him, you send me your address and I'll just send them to you. He ties flies, so I got no use for him. He wants to pay me my postage. You know what? If you want to pay my postage, that would be appreciated, but I just don't want them to go to waste. If he can use them, yeah, I'll send them to him. So I'm gonna. I might keep one for a keychain. I got one real cool tail there, so. Thanks, John. My heritage is all Brandon. I have not got a letter from you yet. My heritage is all Hungarian, so I'm one of the Huns. Scary, scary people. But not me. I'm a sweetheart. You know that. Cheers, all you. I don't know why my comments keep disappearing so fast. I agree, Chuck. I think it'd be a lot better if I'm not up to snow and up to my giggy, right? You too, John. Really appreciate it. I'm not sure if my chats are that entertaining or anything because I'm not reading a lot. I'm just yap, you know what I mean? Got that movie Lost the Mohicans. I actually really like that. Huh. Retracted. Canadian. Molson Canadian, man. I know you're probably from the States and this beer would probably knock you right on your ass, but I'm pretty used to it. Up by Lloydminster. Beautiful. Nice year for you, HLT. Congratulations. I don't know if you guys realize it from my videos or not, but I'm not in competition with anybody. I've had some dicks come up to me at the rendezvous and ask how many dogs I catch, and I tell them, and they go, "Oh, I catch more than that in half a season." I said, "You know what? I just started trapping, so what does that say about you?" Alan, you know it. You know it. I just appreciate having you guys around that know what I'm talking about. It's not, I don't have a lot of human interaction in the wintertime and whatnot, so it's nice to not have to sit there and type everything. I just chat it with you. It's awesome. I really like it. Whoa, is that too close? Sorry. Sorry. Whoop. Stupid beans. Knocked my phone over. There we go. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm thinking, thanks, Steven. Man down. Not likely. It's a good thing Pete showed up when he did last night, or I would have picked that frickin' Honda up and moved it back to the road by myself. I really think that I outweigh that Honda. Now it's a tiny little car. My ass is like 3 inches off the ground. I will, David. Don't worry about it. I'll keep it down to around 70 on the way home. Our convention is Northern Trapper. Are you not Saskatchewan? Are you Northern Alberta? Ours is 13th and 14th in Humboldt. Sure be nice to see you there on the 14th. I do the Saturday. I'm not going for a Friday. Agreed, Chuck. Totally agree. Well, I sure hope this didn't add gigs to my line. I shouldn't have. Aaron Todd, you let me know when your package gets there, buddy. And if you do put a video out about it, would you please download it on my timeline or my, you know what I mean? I would like to keep it. Thank you, Stephen. I think we'll be all right tomorrow. We are hopefully going to pick up some dogs tomorrow. Well, I guess I won't see you there, Jordan, but I like to go on the Saturday. It's just a nice day out. I stop and have, I can't think of the town, Watson or Watrous or whatever. I stop and have breakfast there. And yes, Dan, I got my Wi-Fi turned on. Thank you. I don't know what I mean, Aaron. I send it right to my profile, I guess. I would like to keep it. I keep all those ones. The winners with their t-shirts and whatnot, I like to keep those. I don't know why. That way, if you look at my profile, all my videos are on there, all that. So there's lots of pictures of my furs and shite like that. So, but we're almost 3 hours in. We're at 2:47 right now, so it's almost time to call it a night. Like I say, I don't want to push Pete too far because he's only got one real good hand, and it's not that good. So I know you got that all cased, Aaron. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And if you don't, I'll just save it from. I am subscribed to you, so I mean. Thank you, David. You guys are all part of my family too, so. Wow, that didn't take long, Eli. What, you got a smoke store right next door or what? Alan O'Connell, always a pleasure, man. I miss you. I'd like to see you again on the job soon. Take care of yourself, little brother. Love you, man. Thank you, brother. I'd love to see you at the convention too, and I'll throw a KOD out there tomorrow for you too. Good night, Robert. You have a good night. Aaron, you know what? I'm not even worried about it. I know you will figure it out. Hey, Steve. Yeah, I hear you, Eli. All right, Alan. All right, Anil. Stupid beer. All right, you guys, you all keep moving forward too. I had a great chat with you all tonight. I think it's time to shut her down though, because Pete's little guy's got to go to bed, and they just cannot handle having a celebrity in the house and go to sleep. I don't know what to say. Appreciate everybody's comments and everything. I'm sorry if I missed 3/4 of them, but appreciate that, Aaron. Thank you. Hey, brother. Eli, you take care of that little family of yours, and I'm waiting for pictures, so I would love to see your new one. Good night, James. Okay, everybody. I'm going to pull the pin on this one, too. Next time, I promise, we'll cut this bloody thing off, too. I'll have to put a ponytail in so I don't accidentally cut half my hair off, too, but thanks, Charles. You know what? I think we'll have a good day tomorrow with that cold today. But I've been wrong before, and I probably will be again. Thank you, Eli. You keep moving forward too, Carls. Good night, Jonathan. I really don't know how to shut this chat off, so all I do is kill the power on my phone, and usually that'll do it.
I think so, yeah.
It takes a while after that, and there's usually people here talking to each other after, but Anyhow, you guys, I don't want to piss my little brother off. He's, like I say, he's got surgery tomorrow, and he's got the boys going to school and everything, and I already asked him what I can do to help him, and of course, being the workhorse that he is, there's nothing I can do to help him, so I'm here for him if he needs me, though. Whoa, look out. Oh, shite. Oh, there we go. We're back. You guys, awesome talking to y'all. Let's catch some dogs tomorrow.